Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to today's interesting section. So let's start joining as we go live into this conversation. Let's start joining as we go live into this conversation. Welcome, everyone, to today's interesting and wonderful section. So waiting for others to just connect live so that we can move on, so that we can ride on with this interesting conversation. Today is going to be a very interesting conversation because looking basically on this project we'll actually be talking about what this project is actually really all about. That is what we will be focusing on in our discussion today. So please, if you're just joining us for the first time, you're welcome to today's interesting section. Please, along the way, if you have any question, you're free to ask on the chat box so that justice can be done. Welcome everyone to today's interesting session. And also, we're giving out a bit of red carpet to everyone connected to me around the world. So, red carpet is going to be available for everyone actually listening to me. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's start joining as we look into this wonderful project. So, what can we say this project is actually real about looking at it on the real sense? Let's just go to a bit of description about what this project is all about. Now, we have here the With project, the With market, both both an Ethereum protocol and also the platform where you can actually participate in different positional markets with easy to understand and also navigate. Now, with thousands of traders and over 18 million USDT volume across the supported chain. That means we have the Arbitrum, we have Polygon, we have the BNB chain. Now the grid has actually integrates ERC20 and also multimized. The wealth has actually we've actually done a lot over a short period of time when looking at the project and what are they really all about. So it is very important that we take note, we understand the basic about for what this project is actually really all about. It's very important that we understand the basic about what this project that we're actually looking at, what is it really all about, and how can we actually keep, what is the utility behind the project, what is the use case behind the project, what is the project currently doing in the market, and all those points are really very important. We're talking about the market. So well, we have right now a lot of stuff has actually currently happening. A lot of stuff is currently happening in the market that actually predicts the price, the movement of price. And okay, someone asked me a question. Okay, I do you think it will go up? Yeah, I actually checked the analysis of this project yesterday, and I feel it will actually go up if you can actually invest it, not looking at a short period of time, but looking at a long term investment. The project will actually surely going to go up if you are looking at a long term investment. Because looking at where it started from, let's draw this project, let's get it out here. Now, just imagine here, I believe everyone can see my screen. Imagine where it has gotten to right now. Just imagine the on this place here, it has actually gotten to 0.0, it has actually gotten to 0.08 before. Now it has actually gotten to 0.08 before, and right now, if you look at this place, it has actually broken this place, just broken this line. It came down here, it broke this line. We have a lot of distinct downward movement here. Let me just say in the form of arc, you can see it. Then it came down here, you can see that it has been ranging here and all that because of the market movement and all that. Well, basically what actually defines the way market moves and all that are institutions. Now people holding demand and supply. Demand and supply is one important factor that actually defines how the market is actually going to move. So if you're looking at investing in it in a long-term period, you actually see which profit over a particular period. But you need to actually understand your fundamental analysis. Now, when talking about, you know that most traders actually look at fundamental analysis as a long-term trader. Well, I'm more of a fundamental analyst where I invest, where I buy project like this and invest it over a short period of time, maybe in 1 month or thereabout, see my benefits from the market and actually go off it. So these are all basic points we need to understand. Or you can actually go into you can actually invest like do what you know as skipping. We have what called skipping in kind of analysis when it comes to trading, in which you just set your position price, you mark it out when you get your profit, all this thing, you go off the market. So all these are actually important points that we need to know when talking about this project or trying to analyze it. What are they actually really all about? So it is very, very important that we take note of this point when analyzing what this project is actually really all about. So what do we have here? Now you can see here that Gate has actually integrate ER20 and also did optimize the ways of along with the product build on the top of it are providing to be a form of not only to be a great alternative or complement or perpetual futures or vinyl option, but also the world of full of possibility in its own there in and possibility for those that value decentralization, innovation, and optimal but powerful design and order. So all these are actually important in actually describing what this project is actually really all about and what they've actually been doing in the market space. And that is very, very important that we get this analysis. All this analysis are actually very, very important when looking at projects like this, what they've done in the market, what are they really all about, and that is very, very important that we take note of all those points when I'm actually looking at a project like this and what are they really all about. Now, based on what you can see here, well, we can see a kind of a downward movement. You can see here it came from this point, it has been going down ever since. You can see it came from this point, looking at the all-time high. Look at the highest it has the height in which it has gone to before, and looking at the current positioning and all that. Well, it also depends on the market. But let's check the market cap, the all-time high, what the market is currently saying about this project, and what do we need to know basically concerning this project that we're actually looking at. Now, when talking about this project, one important point. Now you can see that the trading volume is around this trading volume in the last 24 hours, representing our it has actually gone down to around 24% decrease from 1 day, and also signaling recent fall in the market activities. Well, that's actually gone down in 1 day because of the market's movement, because the way the market moves and other the market, it has actually gone down over this particular period of time. Well, it's not something that you should be scared about, because the market is still going to come back up and other. And it was actually it was actually the highest price. Was actually recorded. The highest price was actually recorded around September 16, 2021, which was around 3 points. It actually cancelled at zero and actually got to 3 points. 3.75, which is so a project that can get to 3.075. This project has actually gotten this to 3.75 over a short period of time. So now imagine buying it maybe just a few years ago. Before that time, imagine the huge profit you would have gotten. Imagine the all-time high of this project, 3 points. It has actually gotten to 3 points, and currently it's currently ranging 0.5. Well, it has actually demonstrated that it has actually gone down drastically, and there is high prediction because the project is still useful. The project is still useful and all that. So there's large possibility that is going to still retrace and come back with a strong force into the market and other. So with the lowest it has actually gone towards 0.1. The lowest is that actually been recorded. That was last year, April 4, because of the way the market moves and all that. Now, because of that, it actually went down to around 0.1 and others. Now, comprehensively, the price is 374% higher than the all-time than the all-time low price. The market capitalization is actually ranked around 680 on CoinDeco today, and other. The market cap is measured by multiple token price, with the circulating supply of the token of around 14 million token tradable on market cap today. Now, the fully trader is currently trading on market cap, something that you can actually currently trade on market cap, looking at the project and other. Now, the full dilution, the full dilute evaluation is around 56, is around 53 million dollars and all that. And also the statistics representation of the maximum market cap and assuming the minimum number of 100 million token in circulation today, depending on how submission stable of this token was actually designed. Now, it might actually take multiple years for the all-time low for the market to actually realize himself and other. But the community are actually bullish with 100% of their users feeling good about the project, and also a lot of people actually currently feeling good concerning this project and all that. So all these are actually basic understanding we need to know when talking about this project. What are they really all about? And all that is very, very important that we take note of all this. So now just imagine the all-time low of this project, the all-time low of this project is around 0.1. That is the all-time low. The all-time low of this project is around 0.1. That is the all-time low of this project. Why the all-time high? What is actually the all-time high of this project? The all-time high of this project is around let me check it here. Please and please, if you have any question concerning this project, if you have your own suggestion that you have to give, that you want to give concerning this project, you can kindly just type it on the chat box so that I will know you guys are with me and you guys are following me in the course of this section. So it's always better for you. And the all-time high of this project is around 3.75, and it's currently at 0.5. So this is just to tell you that okay, because of the way the market is moving, the market is yet to become more stable and more okay for people to use, and all that. That is what's discussing the volatility of the market, the moving and the rising of project and all that. So all these are actually important points that we need to know when talking about project like this. What are the basic information we need to know about it and all that. So it is very, very important that we take note of all these points when talking about project like this. What we need to know, how can we actually key into it and all that. Is very, very important that we get all information that's currently needed when talking about project like this. What are they really all about? How can we actually go about it? So let's go to CoinMarketCap to actually get a more basic understanding about this project and what they are actually really all about. So just follow me through as we go to the CoinMarketCap to get more basic understanding. Please and please, if I repeat, if you have any question, if you need any clarification whatsoever, you are free to ask on the chat box so that justice can be done as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. If you have any question whatsoever, you are free to ask on the chat box so that justice can be done so that we can move ahead. So that we can see it here. You can see this project here. You can see the this. So let's go to all. Let's see what is currently saying in all. If it's if you put it in a 1 day time frame, because of the movement of prices kind of up, the price is kind of red, the market is kind of red. So but if we kind of look at it, let's look at it in an all time frame. Well, it's still red, the market is still red, and other course is currently trading, and this time you can see it because of it has actually been down. It has actually really been down because of the market itself, what has actually been happening in the market. So let's get some analysis if it's possible. Now, checking from here, you can see it has actually gotten this around 2021. Now, around yeah, this was around 2021. It was around $2 at the year 2021. Okay, now, okay. Let's get some analysis here. I remember it got to I think 2019. That was when it was around $5 and all that. So okay, trying to move it, trying to move it. Okay, so now you can see it here. This place was around 10 point this thing. Now it came down to 0.1 around 2022. So last year it was still around 1 point. It got to 1 point last year and all that. Then it had a very single breakthrough. Okay, it's a fake breakout. It had a fake breakout. Okay, year was 0.5. So it has actually been ranging from last year. From last year, it has actually been ranging from this 0.5. It moved 0.2, 0.3. It came back to 0.5 and all that 0.6. So it has actually been ranging, and currently is back to 0.5. So it has actually been ranging. All this point, I call it, the market has been ranging. It has not gotten itself well. So all this place since last, it has actually been ranging and all that. It has actually been ranging and trying to find a good positioning of the market, which I still believe that it's actually a good time to actually invest in it, because looking at the project, looking at what they've actually, what is it really about? So actually be getting the news, getting the about this project, and also the statistic behind it, and also the market, and what is the market saying now? Who are the people that are actually involved in this market that we're actually talking about? So all those points are actually very very important, are very very important when talking about project like this, trying to analyze what the project is actually really all about. It's very very important that we take note of all those points when trying to analyze what project like this, what they are actually really all about. So in moving ahead, based on what we can see, based on the market capitalization and all what we have here, what can we actually say concern? What actually can we say concerning this project, that this project is actually really all about? So let's get the news. Let's get the okay, let's go to market cap. We just look at the price. Let's go to market cap. You can see the market. Okay, there's nothing yet on the market cap. So let's go to the let's go to news to get more information. Let's go to news to get more information about this product. And also they also have a white paper in which we'll be looking at as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. Also, we're checking the all-time high, we're checking the analysis for how many tokens is actually in circulation, how many is in supply, and all these are actually important information that helps the project when looking at it. You can't go about it without talking about the white paper, without talking about the total supply, the maximum supply. All these are actually important factor to be considered when talking about project like this. What are they really all about, and all that is very very important that we take note of all those points when talking about project like this. I believe you guys are following me and getting what I'm actually dishing out in the course of today. So let me just see your comment on the chat box to show you're online with me. Yes, yes, I will be giving out red carpet. Yes, yes, I'll be giving out red carpet very soon. I'll be giving out red carpet to everyone listening to me very soon. So just keep following me as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. Let's just keep following me as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. So now in talking about what, okay, we will come back to it. Let's move ahead now. What more do we need to understand when talking about this project? And that you can see the governance say, you can say, okay, we also have the governance say, the token is a standard ARC token used to govern the protocol and all that. You can see it here. You can see what we have. Yeah, it's actually used to actually govern the protocol and all that, which is one important factor that we must take note of. It is also another important factor that we must all consider. We must take note of when talking about project like this. What are they really all about? Now, based on what we have here, we can see here, they're actually governance token is a standard ERC token used to govern the Wales protocol, another, which is one important factor we need to all consider. It's also another important factor that we all need to actually consider when talking about project like this. What are they really all about? What we need to know about it and all. Now, this token grants perspective and respective holders the right to participate in the governance function and make token holders the foundation of every key decision when further development on the protocol. Any further utility of the token of the token that could be relevant to the protocol can also be decided and voted by, on by the mentioned governance function. And so all those points are actually very, very important when talking about this project. What are they really all about? What we need to know about them and other. Now, the acquisition voting power, the holders needs to stake this governance token. The well staking contract is a contract that is used locked their wills to receive their voting power protocol, and also the balance using will be used to determine the amount of voting power and governance token. After staking requiring voting power, the token holders can participate in election and new wills and governance and other candidates can of participation of the protocol DAO and treasury DAO can also must actually have a large stake portion of the token to be eligible. Now, staking protocol are not available for transfer. If a stake token holder decides not is decide they would like to transfer their token, and they decide that they would like to transfer their staking token, it must be on stake of a cool period lasting approximately of 7 days, during which they may either transfer it or use it for governance purpose and all that. So all these are actually an important point when talking about project like this. What are they really all about and all that? So let's get more understanding about. Let's go to the market assets, get more understanding. It's loading. So let's come back here. Oh, this is still loading. It's still loading. So all these points are actually very, very important when talking about project like this. Now, this is just the image. This is the image. You can see this is the logo, and you can see the logo. This is the BGD logo and other of the project and all that. All these are actually these are all what this is the project. This is what the project is currently saying and all that. So what's more? Let's move ahead. Let's get okay, we have the contract. If you want to get a contract address and all that, all those points are actually what you can actually get info from. Now let's get about the tokenomics. Tokenomics is one important factor because that is what we are actually talking about. If you don't understand the tokenomics of this project, there is no reason actually holding it. So the first one you need to understand is tokenomics. What is the tokenomics of this project? What is the project currently saying? And that it is one important factor that you must consider. Now, the Web's tokenomics, the tokenomics is a kind of a house used by community that has governance token. It's actually distributed outline. This is the way it's actually distributed. Now you can see it. The treasury actually hold the largest percent of it. That was the treasury wills they actually hold around 50 46, if I'm right. It actually holds around 46 of the token. Based on what we can see 46, and the liquidity pool actually has over 1%, the crowd pooling event 2%, strategic planning 9%. We have stakers. We also have for the stakers. The stakers actually hold about is 15%. Then the core distributors actually hold about 18%. Distribution to the Slack actually holds about 8.75% and all that, which is very, very important that we can take note of. Now, based on what we can see, we can see 8.4 8.35 8.75 percent and other stakers and other. Now 25% of the staker distribution and implementation, that is distribution complete, has actually been completed. We have the 4 point this thing has actually been completed, actually been inputted, and also airdrops has actually been completed and other. Now 80% of the code in investing for 3 years starting in the year 2022, which has actually begun and all that. And also 15% will stakers ongoing 3 years long distribution starting in the fourth quarter of 2021, including the stakers in GameFi staking award bonus alongside with protocol volume and bonus and others. And also we have the growth funding and others. All these are actually important point that we need to consider when talking about project like this and what we need to. So over time, you can see over time we can see the crowd. You can see for this is the growth emission. This we have the staking reward. We have the investors. These are the investors that have actually come into the market. These are the core distributors and others. We have the stakers, we have the airdrop, we have airdrops, and we have crowd pool and all that. This is a distribution of how it has actually go. Based on this place, you can actually see it here. The core you can see here the core distributors are actually high. The stakers, the staking rewards have actually been high over a period of time and all that, which is something very important. Now, the history behind this project, history is also is also another important factor that we must consider when talking about this project. Now, when talking about the history concerning this project, we can see the governance token structure is modified to original distribution plan to improve long-term alignment with the Wales Protocol and DAO. The original distribution plan from 2020 was as followed: 18% ongoing like distribution and 50% distribution on L1 and OP, 2% airdrops and all that. We have fund growth and all that. Now, updates on distribution. Now, what is now the update on the distribution and all what has been happening in the market so far? We have the gaming staking reward, which has actually been ongoing, and all that. We have the token buying and selling, buying back and bond and all that. That actually happened in May 2022. Now, all these are actually important points that you need to know when talking about this project. What are they really all about? How can you actually the token itself? What has the token done over a period of time? How has the token been kind of been making use of itself, been relevant in the ecosystem and others. So all these are actually important points that we must all take note, that we must all consider when trying to analyze what we're going to analyze what the project is actually really all about, what we should know, how we can actually go about it and all that. So all these points are actually very, very important that we must all take note of when trying to analyze what this project is actually all about. I believe you guys are following me. Please, if you have any question whatsoever in the course of this session, please you have to ask on the chat box so that justice can be done, so that we can actually, as we move ahead in the course of today's section and all that. You can see a lot has actually been ongoing over a period, over a particular period here, because they also have the metaverse, they have the the fishing, they have the playing game and all that. And they have the governance token in which you can actually use it in form of staking. You can actually use it in form of voting and all that. So all these are actually important. What's actually very, very important when talking about the project. What are they really all about? All these points are actually very, very important. And so you can actually check their Twitter page, their Insta blog, their the use of the DAP paper and all that, the ADD, the APDD, I mean, sorry, DAPP and all that. All these are actually now what has been the optimum trading incentive and competition. They've actually had competition ongoing. All those points are actually very, very important when talking about project like this. What are they really all about? And you can see the ongoing now. Okay, optimizing trading incentive program. Why do we receive over 900 OP token in zero freeze grant allocation of Optimum to be part of the allocation dedicated award in trading incentive for the market space and other. The Wales governance structure reach out to remit 2,000 or 200,000 OP tokens plus 350 Wales token as trading incentive for the duration of around 14 weeks and other, which is one important, which is also you can this is all what we can see here. We can see the reward trading and all that, how much has actually been distributed and all how they actually selected the winners and all that. All all this is actually important factors that we must all consider, we must all take note of. Now, what is now the governance structure? What is the governance structure? Let's look at the governance structure of what this place is actually all about. All these are actually part of the utility behind this project that we should all take. All actually part of the utility that we all should actually take note of when talking about this project, when talking about what the project is actually really all about, what we need to know when analyzing this project is very, very important that we take note of all this point. All these points are actually very, very important when analyzing what this project are actually really all about. So the next one we are looking at right now is the next one we'll be looking at right now is the wave structure. What is the wave structure concerning this project? What is the wave structure concerning this project? And now, based on what you can see, you can see it based on what we can see here, the wave structure. Another now, it's governed by the day of the decentralized automation organization, which enable community to manage the protocol using the DAO as a structure to for coordinating a community is one of the main innovation of DeFi. Now, actually, apart from it, that is one of the main innovation of DeFi. The synthetic governance structure is a foundation example of the functioning DAO. And or because of this, it serves as an inspiration to the for the DAO's governance and that each of these three DAO works together to fill different role within the protocol by distributing responsibility to community members who have voted in their past and their pay and all that. The way it's actually maintaining help to actually able to maintain high level of transparency and accessibility and all that. So now it has actually helped to actually maintain a high level of transparency and also accessibility. This type of representation allows the protocol to retain experts and also to retain expert experience with leadership without sacrificing the ability to react quickly to challenges and all that. So all these are actually important factors that we must all consider when talking about project like this, what they are actually really all about. All these factors are actually very, very important that we must all consider when talking about project like this. What are they really all about? What we need to take note of them when trying to analyze what they've actually talked about. Now, what is now the council of this? Now, in the honor of seven stage of graduate councils consists about seven members elected to token holders to who have stake in return to vote with and each option lasted for around 6 months and they're actually seven when looking at it. Now the duty of the council member including reviewing and voting on the improvement proposal submitted by the community. Tips represent potential changes to the core protocol that strict vetting of the and also the most achieving some level of community consensuousness before reaching a council and all that, and tips or thoughts to interview the council members and who are debated to fall down the marks of the tips and all that. So all this to summarize the community debate and also submit proposal and voting on representing the summit and voting of this proposal. It's a little like owning a kind of a stock or like in a DeFi company, just like owning a stock in a DeFi company, but it's more to say, so more in on the in the kind of in the reaction of the product and with the unique benefits of using the blockchain, transparent and immutable record open to everyone when looking at it equally when looking at it so all these are actually now what is now the protocol. All these are actually important factor that we must all consider when talking about project like this, what they've done, what are they really all about another. So what is the next point to be looking at right now is the protocol. Now the protocol is responsible to maintain or for maintaining the core smart contract that runs that run the Wales protocol and all that. Now, the Wales control the multiple and Surin wallet that is used to integrate upper grade in the base code and also deploy new release as used as requested by the Wales Council. Now, the protocol DAO and also implement successful tips and manage day-to-day operation security necessary for the platform and necessary for the platform host necessary for the platform host and order and also multi-billion of the value of in value and order. So all these are actually important point that we need to actually know when talking about we can see this place, we can see the DAO, we can see the council, we have the protocol, we have the DA, the Wales DAO and order. So all these actually people that actually controls the market, the governance token, and how distribution this decision on how distribution is actually going to be made, or what you need to know and know that is very, very important that will take note of all this when we're talking about project like this, what they've actually done in the market, what they actually really all about is very, very important that we understand all this basic when analyzing this project and what they actually really. I think you guys are following. Please, if you have any question, you can actually ask on the chat box. Now, the 3DA works together to achieve efficiency and distribution community control. This structure ensures that users and token drives a protocol forward while maintaining necessary level of decentralization and consensus and resistance and all that. So these are all important factors that we must all these are actually important factors that we must all consider when talking about projects like this, what they're actually all about, what they've done over a particular period of time, how can you actually go about them and all that. All these actually important factors that we must all consider when talking about project like this. I don't know if you're online, if you're listening to me and you're online and you're ready for the airdrop distribution, please you can kindly just signify on the chat box so that I will know, so that I will begin the distribution right now. I'll begin the distribution right now. Let me just work on it. So now let's go back to the let's get more analysis about what we're actually talking about concerning this project and all what we need to know. Okay, this is still loading. Let's get more understanding about this project and what we need to understand when talking about this. How can we actually go about it? What are the basic information we need to know when analyzing this project? And know that let's get more basic understanding about what they are actually really all about in today's market and all that. I think you guys are following me. Guys are getting, please and please, I repeat myself, if you have any question whatsoever and you need clarification, you are free to ask on the chat box so that justice can be done as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. If you have any question whatsoever, if you need any clarification, you are free to ask on the chat box as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. So based on what you can see here, now, like I said earlier, let's go down to check the market capitalization of this the all-time high, the all-time low, what has been done so far in the market. The chart is still loading. What has been done so far? What do we need to know? What has been the latest news so far in the market? All these are actually very, very important when talking about project like this. What we need to know about it and all that is very, very important that we take note of all these points when analyzing project like this. What they've actually done, what they're actually really all about is very, very important that we take note of all these points when analyzing project like this and all that is very, very important. Now, based on what you can see here, you can see it here, you can see the total supply. I believe everyone can see my screen. Okay, yeah, you can see the total supply here, you can see it 99, you can see the maximum supply 100 and all that. You can see the one diluted fully diluted into the market cap and all that. You can see it here, the all time. Let's go back to check the all time high and the all time low, the all-time high and low time on the all-time low. So you can see it here, you can see the all-time high, and the all-time low. You can see in November 2021, that was when we got the all-time high. That was 0.2. 0.2 was actually the all-time high. and also the all-time low of this project, I think was actually the all-time low. The lowest it has actually gone to was 0.0005. That was the all-time low that it has actually gone to. That was around 7 years ago. I'm sorry, that was around 2 years ago. That was when we got the all-time high and the all-time low and all that. So all these points are actually are something very, very important that we must all take note of when analyzing projects like this, what they're actually really all about, or what we need to know when looking at them and all that. You can see how many people are actually in the watch list of a lot of people. They've actually over 7,000, above 5,000 and 5K thousands and all that. So a lot of people are actually looking out for the project and actually saying looking for utility utility when talking about the project, what the project will actually do over a period of time. And also a lot of people are actually believing that the project is actually going to do a lot when actually analyzing it over a particular period of time. So all those points are actually something very, very important that we must all take note of when trying to analyze what they're actually really all about. How can we actually go about it and all that is very, very important that it is very, very important that we take note of all these points when talking about project like this, what we need to know about it, how can we actually go about it, and all that is very, very important that we take note of it. So now based on this, you can see it here, you can see it here. If you come back here, you can check their Twitter page. You can check their Twitter page to get more information about the project and all that. So this is it. This is it. This is it. All these points are actually very, very important that we must all take note of. That we must all take note of when trying to analyze this project, what they've actually done in the market space, what they're actually really all about is very, very important that we take note of all those points. Now, okay, now let me give out red carpet to all those that have actually joined me in the course of this section so far. So red carpet for today. The red carpet for today. Red carpet for today. Red carpet code for today. Sorry, just trying to type it out. Code for today. For today is going to be John Lee. Capital letter John Lee. So that is the red carpet code for today. Please, you can kindly claim yours, and just let me know if you've claimed yours. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone that has actually waited so far in the course of today's conversation. Thank you so much for everyone that's actually waited so far in the course of today's interesting cover. I believe you guys have gained a lot from what. Please, if you are listening to me and you're yet to follow my profile, I believe I'm actually giving you guys real giving you guys real content concerning this project, what you need to know, how can you actually go, what are the basic information you need to know when talking about project like this. I believe I'm actually giving out the necessary information, the necessary knowledge that you need concerning this project. So if you're here to follow my profile and are listening to me, please kindly follow my profile so that whenever I'm live, you'll be signifying whenever I'm live and you won't miss out on any section as we keep moving forward in the course of this conversation. So please and please, if you're yet to follow my profile and you're listening to me, please kindly do follow my profile so that whenever I'm live, you'll be signifying live and you won't miss out on any section as we keep moving ahead in the course of this conversation. So please and please, if you're yet to follow my profile, you can still follow my profile as we keep moving forward in the course of this conversation. So now, in talking more about this project, what are the basic? What more do we need to understand when talking about this project? Let's go back and get more analysis. You can see based on the analysis, you can see the address of holding. This is the analysis of this project. Now you can see it. You can see the movement. You can see the whales holders, people that are currently holding, and other the whales and other. We have 95%, 4% are actually holders. Now address by the time by addressing by time held and order, you can see it. now. Okay, and what markets you can find on Uniswap, you can find on actually trading high on Gate.io. So a lot of people is actually trading it on Gate.io. You can see it very high. You can see the volume is actually 10% high. That is massive. That is actually massive. Recently, and this was actually updated. You can see the liquidity pool one two 204. 204 is actually the liquidity pool of this project. When looking at it, when looking on Gate.io, you can see it, you can get it on this thing. So it's actually advisable for you to trade if you're looking for a place to actually trade. Gate.io is a perfect place that you can actually trade this project when looking at it on the real sense. And also all these are actually basic information you need to know. When talking about this, I've actually talked about it. I said that it's actually an Ethereum protocol that allows the creation of peer-to-peer market that anyone can join. The kind of this build blocks of foundation and Nova Annuities chain, and also it perform a kind of AMM needs based position market of immense gamified experience and much more. That's when we have governance, all that actually is actually integrated when looking at this project and others. So all those are actually important information that we need to know when talking about projects like this, what we need to know about them, how can we actually key into it and all that. It's very, very important that we take note of all those points when talking about. Okay, welcome. We are gradually coming to an end of today's conversation. Welcome to today's session. Welcome. It's almost time. We are actually coming to an end. I believe you guys have gotten a lot of analysis when talking about this project and what are they really all about, what we need to know, what are the basic information we need to know when talking looking at this project and all that. So let's go back to Get.io to actually get more analysis before we conclude on today's conversation. Now, based on what you can see the analysis of this project right now on Gate.io. You can see what is currently saying or what we need to know about it, how the market is moving and all that. Right now, it's actually moving at 0 point. It's actually been ranging at this 0.5 and all that. Well, we can see we are gradually going to. It's actually very soon. It's actually going to break this push. You might see you might see kind of fake breakout, come back, come down here, it come down, it have a very push massive positive move here and other. So if you're looking at investing in it, you're looking at my advice is look at it from a long-term perspective. Looking at it from a very long-term perspective will help you gain more advantage of the market when looking at it, when looking at this project and other. So looking at it in a long-term perspective and other is very, very important when looking at a project like this or investing in it and all that. So that is all we'll be talking about in the course of today's conversation. I believe you guys have gained a lot from what I've actually shared with you guys. Thank everyone for actually connecting live in the course of today's conversation. I believe you guys have gained a lot from what I've actually shared with you guys in the course of today's conversation. I don't know if you have any question whatsoever. Please, if you have any question whatsoever, you're free to ask on the chat box so that justice can be done. In the next 2 minutes, we'll actually be coming to an end of today's conversation. So tomorrow again, we'll be live tomorrow for another interesting conversation. So if you're here to follow our profile, please kindly follow us so that when we are live tomorrow, you won't miss out on our section because tomorrow is also going to be very important. We'll actually be talking about a kind of a very important topic about what is currently going in the market space and as a recent topic about what is currently going on in the market, what we need to know about it and other all these points I'm trying talking about are very, very important when talking about a project like this, what we need to know. The gate integrate, I said that the gate integrate the ARC20 and also Optimism. It's also along with the products on building around the product built on top of it and also are actually providing to be not only the great alternative or complement or perpetual futures and another option but also a world of its own, fully possible to for those who are value distribution, innovators, and also simply but not power design. Now, one of the main advantage of this project is it gives AMM structure. It's very easy to understand, and the risks the risk and reward in for its positioning and all that. All these are actually and positioning and also flexible enough to serve as money let go for several for kind of a several type of market or platform or building asset stock and all that. So all these are actually important point that we need to consider, we need to know when talking about project like this. What are they really all about? What we need to know about it, and it is very, very important that we take note of all these points when talking about project like this and all that. So that is all we'll actually be talking about in the course of today's conversation. I believe you guys have gained a lot for what I've actually shared with you guys. So the answer of any question, let me check. Do we have any questions? So answer of any question actually comes at the end of today's conversation. Thank you so much for joining us live. Please, if you're listening to me and yet to follow my profile, please kindly follow my profile so that whenever I'm live, you'll be signified live so that you won't miss out on any section as we keep moving forward in the course of today's conversation. Thank you so much for joining us live. See you tomorrow for another interesting question. Stay blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.